So, a day after the previous mission, you guys studied how Azava came to be on the planet.
Mhm.
And then a day after that, you journeyed back to Starbase 2, which again took a day. 2 days after that, we're going to kind of do a big jump, but we're going to have these little like snapshot little dates leading up to where we find ourselves. So, 2 days after you guys got to Starbase 2, Dr. Emery Richardson had a presented a prototype called the Shift Scanner to the Federation to test via a data core of schematics. And Federation approved the prototype to be tested, and they have requested that the Drake install the scanner aboard the ship to test it, to run it through its paces. Since you guys are the most farthest out, but they want to have you guys use it on archaeological sites. Now we'll get into the scanner as we go on, but that's where we're starting kind of. A couple days after that, Lieutenant Commander Jahan and Lieutenant Clark and Ensign Lodak pull some back-to-back double shifts to build and program Dr. Richardson's shift scanner for about a week. Then a few days after that, the USS Qel'thoq launches for Starbase 2. So that's Captain Dupek's new vessel that has the game on it.
Yep.
So that is officially on its way to Starbase 2.
Nice work.
Now, it'll take a few months for it to get here, but it is on its way. So a few days after that, you, Commander Arhat, up on the bridge, running some normal tactical console, like you're just looking at the tactical thing. The thing that has been happening is that in the stretch of time, which has now been probably close to 2 weeks, Beavis Sakaner and Sondon are very sick. They're not doing well from the result of the parasite from Azava. They've been really out of it. So to take the spot of Sondon, Lieutenant Jim Tiny Franck has been filling in for Sondon until Sondon is placed back on the roster. So you're at tactical, and you're doing your normal look over of everything at the end of the day, and Lieutenant Franck comes up and he provides you with the overnight crew, like duty performance, like the crew performance. And something that you've been seeing over the last maybe week or so is that crewman DeRosa's duty has been lacking. Now, you're not 100% sure why, but the report does mention that he's been spending more than necessary time in the science lab.
Mm-hmm. As he's getting off shift, I would like to just have a talk with him.
Okay. So what we'll do is, because he has the overnight, before you kind of go to bed, we'll have you meet with him before he gets on his shift. Since
That's
he's
fine.
like he gets on at like I think midnight, so you could like meet with him at like 10:30, 11
Yeah.
before you go to bed yourself. So we'll have Andrew play DeRosa and you can be our hat. We'll have you you set the scene, Mike. You tell me where you guys want to be.
I would call him to my office.
Okay.
So DeRosa rings the bell.
Come in.
Commander, you wish to see me?
Yes, I did. I got a report that you've been spending extra time in the science lab. And I know I told you to check on the new girls, make sure everything's okay. I just need to know what's going on.
Sorry about that. We sometimes we get to talking about what happened, and, some of the studies that they were doing, and I just simply lost track of time.
Okay. Just keep in mind, I did tell you to check on them, but that cannot hinder your other duties.
Understood. I apologize, Commander.
This is as far as it goes, as long as it doesn't happen again.
Understood.
Dismissed.
Let's have you, Mike, roll a command insight difficulty 1.
I got 2 successes.
So what you glean from DeRosa telling you that is that he is genuinely sorry. He is genuinely concerned that his performance is lacking and that, he didn't intend to upset you or not do his shift appropriately. But you also don't get a lot of great confidence in him that he's not going to stop going to the science lab.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling.
So that's where we'll kind of hang the hat until maybe somewhere down the road we'll pick it back up. But we know that something interesting is happening in the science lab. So a little over a week after Lieutenant Commander Jahan and Lieutenant Clark and Ensign Lodek have been working on building and programming Dr. Richardson's shift scanner, they approve the use of it. They feel that it's programmed and ready to go and all together. You guys inform Starbase 2, Admiral Foxwell, that things are all go. And she says as soon as they send the request to headquarters, Federation headquarters, they'll approve a site for you guys to go and test the scanner at, and then they'll get back to you. So about 4 days go by, and you guys get the approval for a test site on Tamarin 4. There's an archaeology site there that the Federation would like the scanner to be used at, and to go from there. So it's about a week away from Starbase 2. So May 13th is when the Drake begins its week-plus journey to the Tamarin system to put the shift scanner prototype through its paces. A few days into the journey, you pick it up, and Dr. House is going to read his medical.
Chief Medical Officer Starlog, May 16th, 2174. 3 weeks after freeing Lieutenant Commander Sondon from the parasite, and the results are unsurprising. His organs, lungs, heart, brain are still in shambles, courtesy of a parasite that treated his body like a buffet, just to keep Ezeva alive. He looks like he's aged 20 years overnight, and frankly, he's lucky to still be breathing. The parasite's origin, probably the 13th moon of Pajari 2, but thanks to its trip through space, we'll never know for sure. Convenient. At least the neural suppressant from the moon's flora worked, shredding the parasite and severing its link to Ezeva. Unfortunately, it couldn't shred the damage it left behind. Reversing that might take a miracle or a better doctor than me. Lieutenant Beebus, the Kanar, had it easy. His parasite self-terminated. Guess it was smarter than Sondon's, and spared him the worst damage. 2 weeks in care, and he was back to criticizing my bedside manner. Sondon? He's still a medical question mark. I'm determined, though. As if that weren't enough, Lieutenant Sova's psychiatrist, Thielen, is en route aboard the USS Qel'thoq. She sent a message this morning, cryptic, naturally, saying she is coming to see me in person. Months of travel for a conversation. Either it's something life-altering, or I'll wish it were when she's done. July can't come soon enough.
So that's where the state of the ship, that's the state of your officers, even 3 weeks after the mission. Sondon is in pretty bad shape.
That's bad. Captain Starlog, May 24th, 2174. The Drake has just finished its preliminary scans of the fourth planet in the Temerian system using Dr. Emery Richardson's ship scanner, which is based on chronoton particle reactions. If all goes to plan, this new sensor should be able to achieve a low-detail scan of the history of any planetary body and could lead to major advancements in Starfleet's archaeological studies.
So Jahan, Sova, and Isaac have just finished the first tests of the experimental sensor system and are now currently receiving and analyzing the data. The Drake is in orbit of Tamarin 4, which is the fourth planet in the Tamarin system. Tamarin 4 is a Class K planet, which means it's a dry world like Mars, possessing relatively thin carbon dioxide atmospheres. It has a denser atmosphere of methane and nitrogen, though, and not habitable without extensive terraforming. So generally, to go down there, you would need an EV suit on because the atmosphere is deadly, the temperature is hostile, and the radiation is hazardous. Though archaeology expeditions have suggested that this may not have always been the case, as researchers have discovered the ruins of an extinct race on the planet's surface. The planet is not habitable, but using the EV suit the way that the archaeology teams have, you can explore it. The ruins in question that have been found on the surface are made from stone with metal-like properties, and the architectural style of the buildings suggests that the inhabitants' culture was comparable to that of mid-20th century Earth. Judging by pockets of radiation on the surface, archaeological teams have concluded that some kind of nuclear war must have broken out on the planet, leading to mutual destruction of all planetary life. The results of the test play back. What you guys see are where large cities are and where the Starfleet archaeological expedition teams have taken place. You see buildings constructed like Mayan temples, but with mid-20th century Earth-like architecture amongst a number of smaller settlements. So this is what you guys are seeing on the scanner. I'm just going to send it out to those two guys so they can see it.
Now, the sky doesn't look like that, right?
No,
Okay, but everybody else is.
this is what you guys are getting on the scanner.
Okay.
What used to exist.
What used to exist.
Yeah.
What does it look like now?
Just destruction. Like just
Looks like
waste. Just
fallout.
like
Rubble.
Yeah, rubble and wasteland stuff.
Okay.
As you skim forward through the results,
Mm-hmm.
you see this really large flash of light on one of the larger settlements. And and a pause follows, after which projectiles being fired from other major and minor settlements hit the remaining cities, creating major explosions. You're able to look at the destruction, the wastelands, the dry desert landscape, and use the scanner and rewind time to see what it looked like
Mm-hmm.
back. And that's what you saw was those
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
Mayan looking things. And now you're scanning forward and you're watching
The destruction of a civilization.
you're watching
They blew
this
themselves
type
up,
of image.
Oh.
blew them up with nuclear arms.
Okay. For the most part, the major cities are hit first, followed by the smaller settlements. However, it seems that nuclear proliferation was so strong on the planet that no expense was spared in the exchange, thus wiping literally every city off the map.
Okay, that's how you do it.
Awful. Awful to think that this civilization did this to each other. But it also means that the test was successful. You guys were able to.
Party in the
Yeah, right.
party on the bridge.
Depends on how you look at it. It's either wonderful or horrific.
So the three of you, Sova, Jahan, and Clark, are all in the engine room looking at the scanner, doing the scan. Is there anything that you guys would like to do before I move ahead?
So we'll just look at it and say, fascinating form of technology. We can see what happens when people allow emotion to control themselves.
Mm. Fascinating, yet horrifying.
So before you guys close up shop, we're gonna have you run a diagnostic on the sensor's hardware. So that's a difficulty 1, reason engineering or science task.
Ooh. So you want me to do it since I got a 15?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can help with all that.
Yeah, somebody can assist if you want. It's just difficulty 1. It's up to you.
You want to assist, John?
I do.
Joan.
So do engineering presence, John.
Got garbage.
Okay. Do you want to assist?
I do.
Okay, engineering presence.
Never send the chief to do a lieutenant's job. I need a 14. 14?
Nice.
Would you look at that?
We got 3 successes.
So
So 2.
I think the best way to put it is Sova is looking over the diagnostics.
Sova got 2 successes.
Yeah,
So basically he's doing it. And
Right.
they're like, oh, you need to, and he's just blocking them out and just being like, I got this. You could go away.
but you did get an extra bonus from Clark.
Yeah.
So how do we factor that in?
So, how about he found because you know how you're supposed to do it a certain way,
Yeah.
but there are shortcuts.
Mm,
He's like, oh no, don't do that. Just open this menu and then you can go right to this.
very good.
He ushers me away from the scene.
I've already built in a quick workaround for this.
Yeah. So on the bridge, you have at your station, you have set up a chronoton alert,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Now you've had this alert come up twice before. You had it once when Lozesh's random time traveler man attacked on the ship.
Yep.
And another time you had it come up when he got shot.
Yeah.
The ship got actually hit with fire and it did that kind of warp effect.
Mhm.
So it's been going on.
Okay.
Okay. Because the scanner has used chronoton particles to do what it's doing.
Yeah.
You tell me, what would Sova do in that case? Would he just allow the alert to keep the light to come on?
So he would turn off any noises he would turn off,
Okay.
but he would keep the blinking and then he would just go, oh, because where it's located in.
Oh, sorry, it's in engineering.
So in engineering, so he would go, oh, it's an engine. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
By the 3rd or 4th time, he would just go engineering. He wouldn't check where in engineering. He just turned off.
Gotcha.
He would just make sure, as long as it's the same room, he doesn't care.
Yeah, and it just keeps showing up in the same spot.
Yep.
So
He would just make sure, as long as it's the same room, he doesn't care.
okay. Okay. Yeah, and it just keeps showing up in the same spot.
Yep.
So what this scan shows you is that all the systems on the scanner appear to be functioning normal from the parameters that you guys were set. It does show that a large number of chronoton particles are appearing around the device, but it's in close proximity and it doesn't seem to be it's not on you guys. It's not, there's nothing of danger happening.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.
Okay, so that was difficulty 1. You got 3 successes. That's 2
So
momentum.
we banked 2.
So lose momentum, new scene.
Okay. So we're down to 2.
So there's a little bit of celebration going on. I mean, this is like a kind of a monumentous thing. This has really not been achieved by like anyone. Like this is a new feat in scanning. Never have Starfleet been able to go to a site and scan and like look back in time at what was there at the site. It's been a little interesting.
Okay.
It's been a little fun.
Yeah. We have a party.
Yeah,
A little drinky drink celebration.
a little
kind of thing.
drinky drink.
Like a little snacky snack, drinky drink.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So the captain and our hat come down to engineering, and the three of you with them, with the captain and the commander, have a little like champagne togetherness. After that's concluded, Captain, you return to your ready room
Mhm.
and you file that.
Captain Starlog supplemental. Following the first successful test of the ship scanner, we've decided to continue using it to gain additional details on the history of this world. As the scanner will be active for several days, I've advised engineering to observe the device closely for this period.
So now that the test went well, things look good. It's an interesting device. She's gone ahead with the greater plan, which is what? And so these are the directives of the episode, is to scan the planet and collect as much data as possible. So those are your two directives. You guys can use those as values. Okay. Let's have Chu roll a science insight difficulty 2.
So that is a 9, 10, 11, 12, the 13.
Okay, it's a difficulty 2.
So I'm going to use the momentum. Okay. She got 3 successes.
3 successes, so 1 momentum back.
Okay.
So she contacts you, Sova, and she says that she's noticing more chronoton particles are starting to build up around the device.
Okay.
And that she's noticing that a couple of them are starting to like spread through the ship.
Ooh, that.
It's not a lot of them, but just a couple of them are going through. But she assumes with the schematics and the outline that because it's running at such a higher power level in an extended period of time, it's something it's not shocking.
Yeah. I would inform the captain of what's going on. It doesn't appear to be enough to warrant any action,
Okay.
but we need to keep an eye.
Okay.
Because if more and more particles are going through the ship, that will have bad effects.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that.
We cut to Dr. House in the sick bay. And you're in there dealing with Sandin. Beavis Ta'Connor has left. He's been released and put back on active duty, but Sandin is still in there. And you're looking over your readings, the parasite, Sandin's latest, statistics like his lab results. And a crewman walks into the sick bay and he says to you, "Oh, doctor," he says, "I know it's foolish of me. I know that I should have been paying attention, but I tried to do a little bit more with a plasma conduit and I kind of burnt myself a little bit. So if you wouldn't mind taking a look at it, that would be helpful."
Yeah, have a seat.
He goes over and he sits down. So you can perform a difficulty 2,
Yep. What about
control or reason, science or medicine, task to heal the crewman's burns.
We have 2 momentum right now.
So I'm gonna do a reason and science. Those are my 2 items. So my reason is 12, my science is 5.
Nice. Difficulty 2.
So I need a 17.
Yeah.
16 and a delta.
16 and a delta. Wow. So 3 successes.
So one
event. Yeah. So
Hey,
yeah.
I'm fixed. Get out.
So you're like, you have a lot going on in there. You're obviously willing to help him. You're not dismissive, but this is kind of child's work at this point because you've been dealing with a very critical officer for a long, extended time.
Yeah.
So treating some minor burns from a plasma conduit is kind of nothing. So he says, "Wow, doctor, I'm glad I came in." And he hops off the table and he starts to walk out the door. So you sit back down You're back at the thing, you're looking over the parasite, looking over Sondon's latest things, and you hear the sickbay doors open. And in walks a crewman, and he says, "Oh, doctor."
Oh, no.
He
I
says,
knew immediately what you're doing.
he says, "Doctor." He says, "They mishandled like a plasma conduit. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I figured I'd come in here and have you help me out. Do you mind looking at it?"
So without looking up, I'm like, well, what the heck are you guys doing in engineering? And then I look up and I see the same guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You do see this.
who put you up to this? I'm very busy down here. I don't have time for this.
What do you mean?
You were just here.
I haven't had a burn like this in a long time.
Roll up your sleeve, show me the burn.
So he shows you the burn,
And it's still burnt.
and it's still burnt.
All right, have a seat.
He says, "Okay, yeah, I didn't mean to disturb you, doctor. I just thought it would be fine."
No, yeah, I'll be right there. I go over to the Walcom. Med bay to the bridge.
So on the bridge is Chu and Arhat.
Arhat, I don't have necessarily a security issue, but I probably need to see you and the captain.
Okay, I'll contact the captain and I'll be right down.
You can turn back to the crewman. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll fix his arm because I
Okay.
don't want him in pain.
So that's again, it's the same thing, but it's a difficulty 1. So you need a 17 of this.
Oh, no.
What is that?
Oh, that's not good.
What did you get?
I got a 20
Oh,
and a
What?
19. So I fail both and
Oh.
critical.
So your hands are kind of shaky. You're a little disturbed by what's happening, and you actually have a hard time kind of healing his wounds. And what I'm going to do with that complication is I'm going to have Arhat decide he'll come down in a little bit.
Uh-huh.
He's got some things going on
Yeah.
at the tactical station.
I was sure because obviously didn't sound desperate. He
Right.
just was like, come on down.
So he's going to stay up at the bridge for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so then we move on to astrometrics. But everything seems to be going fine, but you're in there, Silva.
Oh,
You're in astrometrics.
is Sura in there with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know if I want to call upon help, who's in
Yeah.
there with me?
So you're in there. You're trying to chart the planet itself, and you're trying to keep the scanner and the planet on the same trajectory, so that there's no weird variations in scanning. So that, like, you know what I mean? You're not getting weird readings. So you're in there, and all of a sudden, you spot a comet on the ship's port side as you're scanning.
Okay.
You watch it pass by. Normal activity, nothing crazy. Then you spot a comet again.
Okay. Like this is like seconds, right?
A few, I don't know, a couple minutes go by.
Yeah. But it's not like
Nothing weird's happening in aftermetrics. Everything's working out on the scan just as fine. But
so he
few
wouldn't he would take note, but he like okay.
then it goes by again.
And then that's when it's like it's because the first thought is there something wrong with the astrometrics? Like, is it displaying it incorrectly?
Yep.
So I'd like to do like a examination of is the
Yeah.
numbers correct and everything.
Run
So that-
diagnostics.
Yeah. So as you're getting the system ready, you see the comet go by again.
Okay.
So that is a science reason task,
Okay.
difficulty 2, and somebody, either Jahan or Arhat, can roll for the ship sensor science.
I'll roll for ship.
Okay.
The sensors is 7, science is
10.
3, so a 10.
A 10.
Great, 18.
Okay, so we still got our 2.
Yeah, you're 2. You met it. So you notice that the comet you keep seeing is in fact traveling along the exact same trajectory at the exact same speed each time.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with the
No.
Okay, so now it's like something's happened.
You know that is a statistical improbability.
Yes.
You can spend a point of momentum if you would like.
Yes, I will.
That comment is in fact the same
Okay.
each time, which is now a physical impossibility.
Yes. So I would like to use as the astrometrics to try to determine, is there a temporal distortion
Okay.
outside the ship?
So you use outside the ship?
Because my first thought would be out, like,
Okay.
like the comet is going through something and then warping back.
Okay.
My first thought would not be the ship itself.
So science insight difficulty 3.
Oh, all right, 15. Oh, I got 2 successes. Do I get assistance from the computer or?
No, it's just you.
Oh, okay.
It's just you trying to punch in stuff.
I don't think I have anything to help me. Nope, I have nothing to help me.
So you don't think anything's wrong with astrometrics because everything else coming through on the scanner and engineering seems to be fine. But there's definitely something weird going on with that comment. I mean, it's something impossible is happening here. So we'll leave you there, and we'll cut to Jahan. He's in the mess hall. He's returning to his table where he was sitting with some other crewmen, and he's holding a tray of food on it, fresh from the kitchen. And you sit down at the table, and you begin to talk.
Hi. Hope
So you're
everybody's hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it, Lieutenant Commander. That's why we're all here in the mess hall.
That makes sense.
You went with the cheese sandwich, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to switch things up a little bit every now and then.
I'm just a random crew member.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So you guys kind of chat for a little bit. There's nothing really pressing. It's small talk. It's just you guys are just eating and talking. You're kind of talking about the scanner. You're talking about some other things on the ship that have been going on. And as the conversation is going on, one of the crewmen says, interrupts you kind of mid-sentence and asks if you're going to get anything to eat.
Oh, man.
Oh, I I must be hungrier than I imagined.
So when you look down at your plate, you see that it's completely empty. There was like nothing on it, like at all. There's not like remnants of food on it at all. And the other crewmen at the table don't seem to have ever seen you gotten up to get like food.
Oh, must be so hungry that I was dreaming. Let me go grab some more grub, fellas.
So you get back up and you head back over to the kitchen to get what you assume the kitchen has, despite thinking you already had gotten something to eat. So we'll pause you there and we'll go to the captain in our ready room. Harper is enjoying a nice cup of coffee. So what would you be? What are you doing in your ready room?
I'm in my captain's room and I am reading a delightful book from the olden days called To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. And I am drinking a delicious cup of hot caramel latte with an extra shot of espresso.
Excellent.
While looking out my port window and watching the stars go by.
Excellent. So as you're looking out the port window, you kind of get a little lost in it because it's fun and you're enjoyable and you're daydreaming. You're kind of thinking about the book.
Enjoyable, thank you.
Right? Next thing you know, you hear a crash to the ground.
Oh.
And you look and your coffee cup has fallen to the floor and spilled your coffee like onto the ready room floor.
Wasn't it in my hand? Wasn't I drinking it?
Well, you had like set it down when you were.
Oh, I see. So it just fell off my coffee table randomly.
You assume, yeah, you don't know how.
So I would just look at it and sigh and see, I see, this is the kind of day it's going to be.
So as you go find like a towel or something to clean it up and you turn back around, your coffee cup is fully assembled on the end table there, steaming full of coffee.
Okay.
Coming up Millhouse.
Yeah. Carry on as usual now. No, I think she would be quite confused, question her sanity for a second. And then be like, nope, I definitely saw what I saw. Let me contact the bridge and see if there's any disturbances up there.
Okay, so we'll pause you there. And we'll cut to our hat on the bridge.
We decided to do paperwork instead of solving the issues.
So you were finishing up scanning the surrounding area for any other abnormalities or even hostiles in the area. This is a chance for other aliens to come up and attack and cause problems. Not that really it's expected, but as a tactical officer, you never know.
Yep.
So with tactical scans, fluctuations and irregularities are common, but this one fluctuation keeps popping up multiple times. It's possible, but you're not sure. It's possible that this is the Drake's hidden follower from months ago.
Oh,
I would contact the captain. I would basically polarize the hull, and I would kind of get things situated in case we get attacked.
Okay.
Because if there's a chance that we're going to get attacked, I want to be ready.
So as you contact the captain to tell her that something is happening on the outside of the ship, the fluctuation kind of goes away again and comes back and goes away and comes back. So you were about to talk to our hat. So you come out of your ready room, you enter the bridge, and you see this fluctuation. He's polarized the hull, and this simple fluctuation is just being repeated over and over and over again. But you have no idea. Nothing is happening. That's not like the ship isn't being attacked or anything. It's just happening over and over again.
I feel like everything always starts with scanning
Okay.
to get more information.
You can roll a security reason, difficulty 3, assisted by sensor security of the ship.
Sensor security of the ship is a 9.
I have a 13.
Okay, I have a 14 because I have a 10 in reason. All right, so I'll do it.
Want me to roll for the ship?
Sure.
oh, you go.
I have 1, 6, 7.
If the ship rolls a 1,
No, ship rolled a 9, which is exactly what was needed. So
so you got 2 successes out of 3. So it's just a simple fluctuation. I mean, really, you don't know anything more than what it is.
Okay, so I guess the next thing I would want to know is what is it affecting on the ship?
Great question.
Okay, good.
Let's cut to Isaac Clarke and the engineering.
Isaac Clarke.
the man needs to constantly save us.
So as you are inspecting the sensor and making sure that it's running to specifications and just generally keeping engineering afloat, a crewman walks up and he gives you an update on the work. And the pad says that all systems appear to be operating normally, and that the chronoton radiation from the sensor appears to not be radiating further from the device.
Good. All good things.
He then returns to his station, and you go back to work.
So I got my wrench.
Yep, wrenching away in the
Fixing
engineering.
Things that need to be wrenched.
And right as you're wrenching, you get a tap on your shoulder. And a crewman says, Lieutenant, same crewman says, Lieutenant, here's the reports for the engineering.
You just gave me these reports.
Oh, no, these are the latest.
And then I look back over to where I put them.
Yep,
And there's nothing there.
there's nothing there. Instead, what you remember seeing is in the hand of the crewman.
I'm gonna say, okay, I must just have been working on this radar for too long. Let me have those, and I take them again,
Yeah.
and I specifically put them here, and I visualize that I put them there, and then I go back to work.
And so a few minutes pass, and you get a tap on your shoulder. And he says, Lieutenant, here are the engineering schematics, the latest reports.
So I look over on the table.
There's nothing there.
Nothing there. I might say, oh God. My God. I take off my glass.
Yeah.
My God. So I'm just like, oh God. And so I take the reports and I just like toss them on the station. And then like I like beeline to wherever that device that we were working on is located.
So, reason engineering,
Yeah.
assisted by computers, engineering, or science, whatever's better, doesn't matter.
Computer.
It
Is
says,
it?
here's the bad thing. Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna like me. It's a difficulty 4.
13.
Nope.
So if you roll 2 ones,
You have to have 2 deltas. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's no momentum.
No.
Nothing.
yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry.
I know.
Not
I'm real sorry. Love him. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even. I don't even want to roll because I don't want to. I don't want to roll critical just in case. So whatever happens, I fail it.
really.
So just keep on talking.
So we now go back to the captain and our hat on the bridge. And you two kind of are talking about
I wanted to see what it was affecting on the ship.
see what it was affecting on the ship. So as you tell our hat that like we need to see what this fluctuation is doing, you kind of share with him about your coffee cup incident, and he kind of fills you in about House wanting to see you in the sick bay,
Oh, okay.
wanting to see our hat in sick bay.
Okay. All right. So let's head down to sick bay and find out what's going on with the doctor. But before we go, I want to just kind of ring down in engineering and ask them what's going on. Let them know that like there's a temporal like disturbance and like does it have anything to do with the sensor?
Yeah. So what were you doing? Where did I leave you at?
So I failed to find anything with the comment.
Right.
So I'm going to, since it didn't work on the outside, I'll now scan the inside of the ship to
Okay.
see if I can find anything.
Yeah. So same as before, science, reason, sensors, science.
And difficulty
We'll do a 1.
1. Okay. And does somebody want to do the ship?
Yeah, somebody on Zoom can do it if they want.
I rolled a 6.
That's a success. So we got 2 6s.
Yeah, okay, so one momentum.
Yep.
So everything seems to be fine on the interior.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be really any problem.
Okay. So at least I've
Yeah.
negated the inside of the ship.
Everything seems to be working just fine. So you guys get down to sick bay.
So my patient hasn't left. I've kept him on the table
Oh, okay.
after I
The
treated
burn
him.
guy. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
He doesn't want to fix it. He doesn't
No.
want to fix it again.
I fixed it, and now he's here.
Hmm.
And I have not had any recurring time lapse issues.
Nope.
As long as he doesn't leave this.
You've noticed that occasionally he seems to be like he almost like reacts like he just got his arm healed. But
Oh,
that's
wow.
about it.
Like,
Jeez,
it's like every couple of minutes, he's like, "Thanks, Doc."
Kind
Thanks,
of,
Doc.
kind of,
Mhm.
kind of.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so
what I have noticed is that no major character, this doesn't affect any major character.
so far,
Plot
so
kill.
our hat and I will walk in the med bay
Yep.
and say, you called for us, doctor?
Yeah, about 40 minutes ago.
And I just will look at our hat like, huh?
It's been maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, get a grip.
Well, who knows? Who knows how long it's been? Who knows how long? We seem to be in some sort of
This is-
temporal BS that I have to deal with. I fixed this guy's arm 6 times since I've called.
I I really want Dr. House to yell, I'm a doctor, not a
Temporal, yeah, what are they called?
I'm a medical man, not a temporal time
Temporal
agent.
Oh yeah, you've seen the temporal timing.
Oh, I know all about the
Oh. All right. So yeah. So what do you got going on down here?
This crewman has burnt his arm in engineering, and he keeps coming back through the door every time I heal it.
I had a similarly traumatizing thing happen to me
Yeah.
in my quarters when my coffee spilled all over the ground. And as I returned to clean it, it was placed perfectly upon my stand where I placed it.
And at that point, I come bursting into the room. Is anybody else able to eat dinner?
I couldn't drink my coffee.
Oh my God.
I may be mistaken, Captain, but I may have eaten the same cheese sandwich about 5 times.
Oh,
So I walk over with my scanner and I scan his stomach. Your stomach is completely empty.
Ah,
are you hungry
Can we-
still or
I'm
full?
starving,
For
Captain.
momentum?
Oh
You
no.
want to roll this?
Yeah, let's roll for momentum.
Okay. Science control. Difficulty 1. No, you don't want difficulty 0. You're using the medical tricorder.
Let's see how badly I can mess this up. Ooh,
There we
Two
go.
momentum.
We got 3 momentum now.
your stomach is empty. There are no cheese sandwich.
So let's have you guys pause you
Mhm.
4. We'll go back to Clark. Clark, would you try to keep trying to figure out if this thing is causing problems?
I feel like I know for a fact that it's causing problems.
Now the question is, would you try to scan it or would you try to turn it off?
Because you can do it again, and
Is
then I'll
it-
make it a difficulty 3.
Is it so it's currently running?
Yes.
The device is currently
Yes.
running?
It's currently scanning the plane.
How long of a scan is it doing?
Going to be probably a week or 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, if it was gonna be like an hour, who cares? So you deal with the time stuff.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an extended.
We have 3 momentum and you only have to do a difficulty 3 if you want to.
And you'll be assisted by the ship again.
Yeah, let me try to shut it off. I feel like I don't need to pinpoint that it's the device.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be under the assumption that this is the issue. Go ahead.
You want me to roll or do you want to roll?
Have at it.
5.
Success.
5, 17.
Nope. So you got 2?
He got 2 and then Mike got 1. Right?
Yes.
So
3.
you succeed, and that the readings that the crewman was giving you are definitely affected by chronoton radiation, and that the conditions on the pad represent conditions of space around the sensor from several hours ago. And this type of chronoton radiation is actually much worse than was originally.
Oh, because so what's the report that he handed me?
From when we first activated the device.
Yes.
He's like, here's the latest thing. It's like 3 hours ago.
And it's actually spreading to all parts of the ship.
Yeah, and outside apparently.
I would assume you would let the captain know.
Or would you just try to turn it off? Which would you?
We could totally turn it off. Is that what you wanted to do with that roll too? I know you said it. I just wasn't sure if that's what you wanted to actually.
I do want to turn it off.
Okay. So you turn it off, and as he turns it off, the whole ship, you got all 4 of you in the ship in the sick bay, and you and Astrometrics lurch.
Oh,
You lurch.
Oh,
That
Yep. Yep, you all lurch. And sick bay starts to get multiple calls to sick bay of people injured, getting hitting their heads and getting hurt. And you start getting you and our head start to get messages of strange occurrences all over the ship. And that it seems that from what you're piecing together, from what you experienced with the coffee mug, what he experienced with the crewman, it seems like and what Jahan said was eating.
So hungry.
He's so hungry. It seems like people are experiencing multiple temporal anomalies across the ship.
I just think it's funny, like picturing like shutting off the device and now John just like, oh, it's like 8 sandwiches. Oh, that's it. Oh. It's almost, he's got 12 cheese sandwiches in his
Is that how this works?
That's not how it works.
I thought it was like, oh, he's so hungry.
No, he's full.
8 sandwiches.
Yes.
God.
Really funny.
Oh wow, that really got me. Sorry.
Good.
It's not what happens, but
But it would be good.
My head canon, it is.
She's like,
so as you hear the powering down of the sensor, Clark, Lodak comes over and he says, Lieutenant, he says the warp core is acting erratic.
I would call down to engineering.
And just as you call down, you're getting from Clark that the warp core is erratic and that he needs to stabilize the reactor.
I would have quickly like told her the device malfunctioned and we were in a time loop. I shut it off, but now the warp core is bad.
So I would look at Jahan and tell him to get down there and help out.
Okay.
And then I feel like our hat would probably, I mean, he can do what he wants as far as security purposes. I have some medical training from my youth, so I might stay and help the doctor just kind of like triage and stuff.
So you stay.
If there's that many like patients.
Yeah.
involved.
Well, there's a handful of people coming in. They're not seriously damaged, just people who've like tripped and hit their heads and like sprained wrists and
Okay.
Even you'll be able to help with it.
Yeah, good.
Because the main issue is at the engineering. I'd probably venture down to engineering just to see what's going on and if there's anything I can do.
Okay, so you're headed engineering. Jahan's headed engineering.
Do I see anything? Okay.
No.
So I'd call Chu and be like, what's going on up there?
And so she advises you that like everything was running fine, everything seems to be okay, but since the scanner's been turned off, it seems like the whole ship is like flooded with chronoton particles.
So I would, because obviously I've now made the connection that there's tons of chronotons that I wasn't able to detect,
Right.
and they're affecting time.
Right.
So I would tell her I want to do a pinpointed map of like what's going on. Where are the chronotons? How bad it is.
Okay.
So I want her to assist me and the ship to assist me too, to get like a map of.
Okay, so
the
you're
ship.
gonna go to the bridge and like
No, I'm from
astrometric.
because we'll do it together. We'll kind of connect and we'll both do it. She'll assist me.
Okay.
So
We'll do a back and forth. So if you're doing the scanning, you're science control.
okay.
If she's assisting, she'll be science insight, and the ship will be sensors science. Okay, so you, Clark, have an extended task, soon to be assisted by Jahan, and possibly even Arhat when they both get to here. You are trying to stabilize the reactor. So you have a progress track of 6, and you're going to roll daring engineering, difficulty 3, resistance of 2 by yourself for first. When he rolls that, you roll your first.
Okay. Michael, can you roll for Chu? We're going for a 13. And Jahan, you go for a 10.
I got an 8.
Okay.
So I need a 13.
You're a difficulty 3.
With
I'm
my
a
difficulty.
You are a 1.
And we have
Success.
momentum. Is that what
We have currently have two, yeah.
Let me buy one momentum.
Okay.
Just to get this started. Here,
Yep.
Just to get on the board. My numbers are not super great. 5, Delta, and 10. So 4 successes.
Wow, okay. And what is your engineering number?
And you're gonna go 4. Those are both 2
So that's
successes.
4 successes.
So
yeah,
we got one back.
Yep. So, yeah, you got really good with that delta. Like you're really able to get this thing. You're starting to stabilize it really quick before those two get down to the engineering room.
So we got 5 successes between the three of us.
So 4.
Yeah, because I'm using my value. Keeping composure at all costs.
Okay.
So we're now maxed
Next time
out.
you want to use that?
Huh?
You want to use your value next
Yeah.
turn? Okay.
We maxed out on momentum.
Okay, perfect. So you pinpoint that the source of the chronoton radiation is coming from the scanner.
Okay.
It is like a fountain effect. It's coming right from that scanner
Mhm.
and just flooding the ship.
Okay. Oh, like flooding, like
Like,
someone turned on a faucet and it's
Yeah.
just
it's
okay.
it's a light field of chronoton radiation, but it's
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Okay. Captain,
Yes.
you and I have gotten a current scan of the ship, and the entire ship is filled with chronotons. It's incredibly heavy at the scanner, and it's just filling the entire ship. There's not much I can do here, so I'm going to head to the bridge and work with Chew to try to figure something out.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to vent it out.
So I'll be at your metrics, go to the bridge.
Okay, so John, you're gonna roll a engineering insight assist, so 1d20. And Mike, you're gonna roll a command presence assist d20. You guys both made it to engineering to help Clark with his difficulty 3 and engineering daring roll.
And we have full momentum if you need it there, Clark.
I used one.
No, for your next roll.
That's what he did, I think he used.
Yeah, I used one for maximum.
Oh,
When you were talking, he
Will
was
told me to just
Okay.
keep working because he's so over there busy talking
No.
about everything. Yeah, so I used one. I got 3 successes.
right.
I got one.
All right, so we're getting one back.
1 from
All
me.
right, so we can use that for the track then, because we can't bank it.
So you've made it.
Yes, and then there's 2 successes. So yeah, instead of banking 1 and being max, why don't we just use the 2 to,
And add to
Oh,
it.
add
Yeah.
to the track. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
usually do.
Okay, so
because there'd be a waste otherwise.
everybody roll that again.
Are you buying another?
It'll
dice?
be now
Yeah.
difficulty 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll still buy one.
Yep.
Everybody roll again. Engineering, okay, John says, yep.
So 17 is too high, 12 is good, and a 4 is my engineering number.
So you only have one more on the track, but that's okay.
So what do I have that I could use? A focusing.
Yeah, do you have emergency engineering?
Machine
Powers.
operation,
That's fine,
composure.
that's fine. No, machine operation.
So yeah, we
So
might as well
this-
just bank,
yeah.
get max, and then just finish.
Because it's a minus 1 and he has a 4.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you successfully, all 3 of you down there, well, everybody in engineering department and the 3 main characters are down there, sweaty browed. You've been able to stabilize the reactor. It was a really close call.
I definitely would have like our engineering team like take it apart and try and figure out what went wrong. And like probably put Silva on like analyzing data that we received from like scans and stuff.
Okay,
What's the situation in the med bay? Like
that's fine.
things are under control?
Yeah, things are
Okay,
way
I
under
don't need to be
control.
here then.
Yeah,
This is-
way
I
under
don't want to like overstep
No.
his territory.
No.
Definitely no,
please.
like nothing of serious injuries, very minor
Okay.
stuff.
For a second, I was like, oh God, I thought you were being sarcastic.
No. Very
okay.
like
Please feel free to.
inconsequential stuff.
Okay, yeah, so
Stuff
I'll go
that
back
he
up.
easily could just scan quick or even just say like, you're fine, go back to work kind of thing.
Yeah,
Stuff like-
I'll head back up to the bridge.
She comes off the turbo lift. And just as she's walking off, she says, Lieutenant. And she points to the thing. And the 2 of you, not the captain, see that the intermix of the warp core
Yeah.
is just starting up again.
Oh, it's starting to get bad again?
Yeah.
Okay, so I get called on to engineering. And I'd let him know, we got a signal that the intermix is going bad again.
And you look down at the readings that you're looking at, Clark, and it's totally fine.
And it's totally fine.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, everything's
So-
fine down here.
So I would tell him the time. What time is it on the bridge?
06:33.
Right. I'd go, all right, Clark, it's 06:33 on the bridge. What time is it in engineering?
06:23.
Is that what,
No, it's 06:33.
oh, it's the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I send him what my readings? So
Yep.
I'd show you what I'm getting up here on the bridge.
So when you see the reading, this is an imminent warp core breach. Like it is going to happen here, and if this is happening, this is going to happen in the next few seconds.
But how close am I to the warp core? I'm not that far from
You're right there.
Yeah.
You're right
And
next
I'm
to it.
looking at it, and
Yeah, there's literally nothing happening.
the glass is fine. There's
There's nothing.
not catastrophic.
Nope.
And I say, Sova, I'm physically looking at the warp core, and I'm telling you, your readings are wrong.
So is there there's no visual, because if the warp core was going to breach, there'd be steam.
You would see
sparks.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it'd be
yeah. He
flying
would
up.
he would see all the intermix freaking out.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, okay, so we need to, if the Crown Towns aren't doing a time thing, he's 10 minutes ahead or 10 minutes behind,
Something.
then something is going on. So I would like to try to figure out with Chu what's happening.
Yeah. So you turn to the thing, and Captain, the ship shudders.
Right?
Again, it's the same shuttering.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But it's heavier.
Oh boy.
And you have a matter of seconds before terrifying noise floods the ships like turbo lifts and hallways. It's a noise you've never heard before.
Like a screech?
Deafening.
Do I hear this?
You hear it as well.
Everybody probably hears
Everybody on the bridge.
Is it a screeching? Is it a screaming? Is
Can't
it
really place what it is. It just sounds like something absolutely terrible is happening.
What is Clark here now? So nothing in engineering.
And what happens is a blinding white light happens.
okay?
And we cut to an exterior shot of the Drake. And we watch it explode.
What?
You watch the ship just rip apart in pieces above orbit of Tamarin 4. And it just shreds and explodes.
There's nothing left
Oh
of
my
it.
god, am I dreaming?
And the cells are erupting and exploding.
Is this like what happened with Jahan in his last curve?
Particles are just
Oh,
going around.
that's a good call.
They're starting to fall into the atmosphere of Tamarin
But-
4.
We had a good run.
Okay.
And it's just,
So,
it's unexpected.
okay, so I'm dead, so I can't say or do anything.
You're all dead.
Wow.
In
Oh,
this-
did it.
in this, I'd like to use my focus of not dying.
So, Captain.
There is no captain.
Yeah, she's dead.
Well, Adri, we'll have you open your phone.
Oh my god.
You put it in your phone last night while you were sleeping.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to have you read your supplemental log.
Oh,
Read Captain's log supplemental.
Kaplan's Star Log supplemental. Following the first successful test of the ship scanner, we've decided to continue using it to gain additional details on the history of this world. As the scanner will be active for several days, I've advised engineering to observe the device closely for this period.
I hate how brilliant.
Please put your momentum to 2.
Two. Okay.
I really hate how brilliant you are.
Oh, is this a little cause
This
and
is
effect?
lame.
So
Is this a little This is a
are
little,
on.
excuse me, it's a little,
Hear me, I'm talking. I'm talking.
is this a little inspiration from William's favorite episode of TNG called Cause and Effect?
So
I would
you
not.
are all aboard the ship, and preliminary tests have just been completed.
Sounds pretty lame.
Do we remember anything?
You now, all of you, have the trait Deja Vu
No, wait.
5.
Yep.
But,
So we don't know what happened,
but we know something
yeah.
happened. We feel off.
yes.
We cut the house in the med bay,
Oh, God.
and you are looking over Sondon's latest lab result.
Yep, they're terrible.
And the parasites. It's not great.
They're
Yeah, not
Yeah.
great.
You know.
So as you're sitting there at your desk, in walks a crewman, and he says, "Doctor,
You're on.
is that what you would like to?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I have this like snap to it, like
So you can roll a reason or insight,
Mhm.
science difficulty 5s.
screw you.
Because you don't have enough. You don't. The deja vu is not powerful enough for you to know.
No, we're only at 5. Deja vu 5. That's why it's 5. All the difficulties are 5. Okay, fine. So I don't say that. So continuing your monologue. Go through it again.
And so he says, "Oh, I've mishandled a plasma conduit, doctor. I just need you to look at it."
I say, all right, have a seat.
So he sits down, and
Wow.
you can roll a control, reason, science, or medicine pass.
Yep, know it well. Know it well.
So you can roll. This is difficulty 0, actually.
Wow.
Because you've already scanned it several times.
2.
Good momentum. He goes, "Wow, thanks, Doc. I knew I should have came to you. That worked out really well."
Yes, never be afraid to come see Dr. House.
I'm so
Even for the
friendly.
smallest injuries.
So we cut the stove up.
Sure.
He's in astrometrics. You're checking over everything.
Yep.
You spot this comet that goes by,
Don't think of anything. Just be like, oh, that's interesting.
Ah, beautiful comet.
but you see it again
And then it's like,
and again.
so by the third time, that's when it was like, there's something going on. So I'd like to do a diagnostic on astrometrics to see.
So this is a science reason difficulty 1, assisted by ship's sensors and science.
Who wants to roll
It has to be the same person.
10?
Who was it?
I don't know who it was.
I think it was somebody on.
It was
Does
our
Michael
girl.
want to do it?
But it has to be the same person.
I think
You got to
Oh,
roll.
well, maybe it has to be somebody different.
True.
Maybe that's where we got messed up the first time.
So Michael, you want to roll a 10? So I'm doing 15. Oh, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
Nice. So that is 3 successes because I rolled a 1.
Wow. Yeah.
So that I get two
So
momentum.
this is 3 successes to 2 momentum.
Very nice. We're maxed out.
Yeah. So again, this comet, exact same trajectory, exact same speed, statistical impossibility, and without spending momentum, we'll just say that you are able to put together that this is the actual same exact comet.
So now I'd like to try the temporal scan outside to see if there's anything.
Yeah. So that's science control.
Yep, that's 15.
Yeah. And again, sensors and science.
So it's a 10 for whoever we're like.
That'll be a difficulty 0.
Difficulty 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Can somebody roll?
I think Mike's wrong.
9.
So it's 2 successes.
Yep.
We're maxed out. So can I use that momentum?
Yeah. What would you like to do with it?
So I want to use it to create an advantage.
Mm.
I would like to. I think I want to figure out how to word this. So, because I'm scanning for temporal anomalies.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to try to predict the movement of the anomaly. You know,
Okay.
if there's something there, I would like to be like, where is it moving?
Okay. Yeah.
Or if it is moving.
Sure. Okay.
Because I know something with time is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The comment seems to be just doing this weird kind of looping
Mhm.
thing. Okay. So we paused there and we cut back to Jahan in the mess hall. He's coming over to the table with his food
We'll
on
never be
his tray. He sits down and yeah.
Ah, feel like I haven't eaten in hours. Starving.
And so as you begin to talk and eat and just conversate, a few minutes go by and you notice that your plate is empty. And then some of the crewmen are on you, so like, hey, aren't you gonna have dinner?
Ah, could have sworn I had dinner. Think I feel a strange sense. I'm gonna check my antenna.
I will let you with your antenna re-roll, but it still will be a difficulty 5 reason or insight science task. But you can re-roll. I'll allow you to re-roll both of your dice with your antenna.
All right.
Are you going to attempt a 5 roll?
Heck yeah.
You're gonna buy a dice
Heck
or 2?
yeah. I'll buy 2. We got the momentum.
Yep. All right. So we're down at 3.
Play momentum, okay.
So I'm rolling 4, right?
Yes.
And you said you'd let me re-roll 2?
Yep.
You have a focus that would help?
Let's see. I mean, I have a focus in cybernetics, which is
Yeah. Because you're using your thing. That's
Using the
fine.
antenna.
What's your science roll?
the 3.
So
So
you get the 3 or
insight and
less.
science is 13. Oof. Hot garbage. I have 1 success.
Oh boy.
Or re-roll these 2. Yeah.
2 1 2 1 2 1.
I did get a delta.
All right.
Okay,
Woo.
that's 2 successes. And yeah, 2
it's-
successes, yeah.
Yeah, it's only 3 total.
So you think you have like this sort of like a deja vu thing, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel that weird. You just got caught up on talking with these guys and didn't actually get up to get food.
Well, be back soon, fellas.
So he gets up and he goes back to the kitchen to get food. And we cut to Harper in the captain's ready room. Now you're reading your To Kill a Mockingbird book. And you're drinking your coffee.
Yes.
I believe she said the Carmelite.
Yeah.
This time,
When I go to put the cup down, I think, girl, and I think, and I just kind of hold it. And I lean back and I keep reading.
do you want to roll a difficulty 5 roll?
No.
So as you're looking out the window and reflecting on the book and thinking about it, you hear a crash to the floor. And
Okay.
you see your coffee mug is spilled and cracked and the the latte is all over.
Okay. So I sigh, like, kidding me? And then now can I be like,
You want to roll a difficulty 5 roll?
no,
I told you.
all I want to do is think,
So as you get your towel to clean up the latte,
yeah.
you turn back and you notice that your coffee cup is fully formed and nice and put right back on your stand. So we cut back to
yeah.
our hat on the bridge, and you're getting a fluctuation on the tactical scanners that keeps
I would like to
popping up
cut it
multiple
now.
times.
I let the captain know. I would authorize the shields, and I prepare for anything that happens.
Let's have you roll a security reason difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensors and security.
I'll roll.
Okay.
So, Captain, you get a call from the bridge that our hat
Hello.
that something is happening on the outside of the ship on the scan.
2 successes.
And ship got 1.
So 3 successes, so that's 1 momentum, right?
1 momentum. Okay.
Yep.
So as you come out, he shows you this fluctuation that's happening on the outside of the ship. That's happening multiple times, but it's just like, it's the same exact fluctuation that happens minute after minute after minute. So as you two are standing there on the bridge and discussing it, we cut down to Isaac in the engineering lab.
Yep.
So you're down there and a crewman walks up and he gives you a pad and he says, here you go.
Just put the paperwork on my desk, please.
Okay, Lieutenant. And he sets down the pad next to you.
Yeah, so I look at the pad this time,
Okay,
because it didn't last time.
no. So the system, all systems appear to be operating normally. The radiation around the sensor appears to not be radiating further from the device. Seems good.
Where are they time stamped?
They are from around like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And
It's currently like 6:20-ish.
So they're kind of old.
He told you that at the latest.
So as he's walking away, say, these are the latest reports?
Yeah.
These are from this afternoon.
Oh. Because, well, let me see what do you mean?
These are time stamped 1 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock.
And he takes and he looks at it. And he says, okay, Lieutenant, here are the latest scans of the engineering department and the sensor.
You didn't do anything.
What do you mean?
You didn't. You just handed me the same paperwork I just handed you.
I've been at work all this time.
You just handed me this paperwork. I told you it was dated wrong. I handed them to you and you handed me back and you said these were the current paperwork.
Dated wrong.
Yeah. The time is wrong.
Oh,
It's 6 o'clock.
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Can you see what the latest is?
Yeah, I guess so. So he turns and he walks over to look at the sensor. And he's comparing what's currently on at the sensor and thing. And he comes back and he says, okay, Lieutenant, here's the latest readings from the engineering department.
Okay. So I look at the time immediately, like first thing.
It's 5 hours earlier.
It's still from noon.
Yeah. See,
And I was like,
If
oh,
this-
okay.
If this was the time loop, this would be the best prank. Here you go. Here you go. Just keep.
Good.
Look. Okay, you should go to medbay. I'll go check the reports.
oh, okay. If that's what you
I
think.
think you're either messing with me or you hit your head. Something's going on.
You think I should go to med bay?
Yes, you should go to medbay.
Okay, I'll go to med bay. What do I tell him?
Tell House that you're having memory issues.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Okay. So he leaves the engineering.
Yeah. So then I go over to the computer, see if I can pull like an actual current report off the thing.
Okay. So engineering reason, difficulty 2,
We have momentum. We have 4.
assisted by computers. It's basically a 9. I think it's always determined.
Computer. Oh yeah, 9. Because either way.
Yeah.
Who wants to roll a 9 on the Zoom?
On the Zoomer.
I'll have John do it since Michael did the last one.
Okay.
You want to buy a
I'll
dice?
buy one.
All right, we're down to 3.
I need a 13.
I didn't get a 9.
Okay, so here's the issue.
I got a
that
13.
we're having.
Okay.
Okay.
I got an 8
Okay.
and I got a 3,
Okay.
which is under my engineering number.
Okay.
But I did roll a 20.
You can spend 2 if I give you this complication.
Oh. So it's not 1. So we would be down to 1 momentum if we cancel this.
So the complication is, as you're looking at the monitor, the crewman comes up behind you and he says, Lieutenant, I just have the latest readings from the engineering department, if you wanted to look them over.
I love it. Let's keep it. We're keeping it. It needs to be canon.
I'm just like, oh, what? Frankie's going as I like take the report from him again and the same reports.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, but you've successfully scanned the device.
Yeah.
So you discovered that what he just handed you and what's on the device shows that there are chronotons radiating from the sensor and that they represent the conditions of the space all around the sensor from several hours ago on the pad.
All right. So I want to.
So it's much worse than was ever understood. And it's all over the ship and it's causing temporal.
So now I know that it's a bad idea to unplug it. To turn it
No,
off.
that's a deja vu.
No, because I have the reports this time. Last time I didn't have current
Sure.
reports. So this time with current reports, I know that if I shut the device off, it's going to be bad for the ship.
Could be.
It's going to be. So, so I am going to go to the comm and I'm going to say engineering to bridge.
Captain speaking.
This is Clark. We have an issue. Are you reading anything up on the bridge?
We have caught a fluctuation in our sensors out in space. Why?
The device down here is leaking into the ship,
I see.
and it has probably been doing that for the past hour or so.
I wonder why we didn't catch it sooner.
Well, I think we've all been stuck in a time loop
Caused by the device?
by the time device. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm missing probably 5 hours of time.
All right, we'll shut it down.
Can't shut it down. If I shut it down, the ship and everyone inside the ship will catch up to current time. And it is not good.
Couldn't we now vent?
You want to run like a sensor sweep and like get rid of the chronoton particles?
Yeah. Can we do that now? And
Try.
okay. Okay, so I'll say that
Before this happens, I go and I storm into the med bay. Is anybody else not able to eat dinner?
And it's just House. This time it's just House in the med bay.
Why can I never get work done? Why do I keep getting these just insignificant? What did you want? You want to know why you haven't ate dinner?
I swear I've eaten the same cheese sandwich 5 times, Doctor.
Okay, sit down. I do a scan of his stomach.
Oh, you can roll a science control.
And there's a chest burst in it. Science and control.
Difficulty 5.
No, the difficulty 0. No.
That's 3 successes. So they rolled my
3 momentum. We're maxed again. Yeah, so on your medical scan, I mean, you can see that he has, not to be gross, but he has some waste in him that he's eaten probably at lunch, but there's nothing currently in his system.
You came from mess hall?
Straight from the mess hall. Have you eaten dinner, Doctor?
I have not eaten dinner. Let's try something.
Why aren't we able to eat dinner, Doctor?
So I go over to the fridge in my med bay where I keep my lunch.
Okay.
And I come back with a cheese sandwich. And I say, eat this.
Oh. So sick of cheese sandwiches. Do you have anything else, Doc? I take it anyway.
I go back to the fridge and I bring you like a banana. Eat this banana.
And when you bring him the banana, he doesn't have a cheese sandwich in his hand.
Where did you put the cheese sandwich?
And you, Jahan, don't remember getting a cheese sandwich. You just see him coming to you with the banana.
I told you I've got many cheese sandwiches from the mess hall, but I don't seem to know where they've gone. Thanks for the banana.
So I go back over to the fridge and open the fridge just to look in there.
And there's a banana and a
there's
cheese sandwich.
And I like turn over like my head back,
And
and he's just sitting there. He has
he has nothing in his hands.
Yeah.
Anything good in there, Doc?
I'm so hungry.
So I take the banana out of the fridge and I eat it.
Okay.
And do I eat it successfully?
Yep.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Well, that seems rude.
So I've ruled out the banana.
God.
Hey,
So
when
it's
you-
not the food and it's not me.
So when you look back in the fridge, there's a banana in the fridge.
I feel like I ate a banana. Oh my God.
And Jahan says again, what you got in there?
So now I think I'm going crazy.
Okay.
So I want to scan my head, scan my brainwaves.
Okay. Yeah. So I won't get your max, right? So you scanned your brain patterns and you're totally, there's nothing alarming on your brain at all. Nothing at all.
So then I walk over to the comm and I say, med bay to the bridge.
So now, Captain, you've gotten multiple kind of calls to the bridge at this point. A lot of strange occurrences happening on the ship.
Okay.
So probably this would be the time to bring everybody to the conference table at the top of the bridge and discuss.
I don't want House or Clark to leave their stations.
Okay.
I feel like they're needed where they're at right now. So let's get Jahan and Arhat and Sova together.
So a couple minutes go by.
Mhm.
You, Arhat, Jahan, and Sober are at the back conference room on the bridge.
Okay, so as you've all experienced, we've got a problem.
Mhm.
Clark
Yes,
tells
no
me
one's
that
eating dinner.
we're also hungry. Clark has informed me that the device is leaking chronoton radiation. We're stuck in a time loop, but obviously we need to find out why this is happening and stop it. But Clark says that we can't shut it off.
So right as you say, Clark says that we can't shut it off. Everyone at the table lurches. Oh boy. And you, Clark, are down in engineering. And you notice that the intermex is starting to destabilize. A warp core breach is imminent.
We gotta fix it.
Okay. So you can roll engineering daring, difficulty 2.
What do we have for momentum, Nathan?
We're maxed.
Okay, I'll buy 1.
Okay.
Need a 13. 14, 16, and 10. So just 1.
So what you watch happen
Here we go.
is you feel intense heat against your body.
Oh,
And then all of you on the bridge, except for House, who's in the med bay,
Right.
you all hear this deafening,
Yep.
terrible noise
Yep.
that you've never
Okay.
heard before.
okay.
Then we cut to the exterior of the ship, and the ship
Blow up.
explodes.
Yep.
Sorry, guys, that's on me.
You know what's gonna happen now.
So, Captain, can you read
No.
your?
Yeah.
Difficulty 6.
No, I believe it's a difficulty 4.
Oh,
Now
it
we
goes
have
down.
more deja vu.
Yeah, that's true. The difficulty would go down.
Well, let's see what after the captain reads her supplemental log. What happened?
Captain Starlog Supplemental. Following the first successful test of the shift scanner, we've decided to continue using it to gain additional details on the history of this world. As the scanner will be active for several days, I've advised engineering to observe the device closely for this period.
So you all have the trait of deja vu 4.
4.
I knew it. Every time we die, it's going to get easier.
Anything
Problem
further?
is before
Oh.
we turned it off, we need to get rid of the chronotons before the issue happens.
Yeah, because that's what leads to the engine
There's also
exploding.
no reason for shutting it off.
Yeah. You still have to play into the time loop,
Yeah.
but
For
come
sure,
up with a way to get rid of the chronotons.
Yeah. Without deja vu, you wouldn't be like, we need to turn it off and turn it
Yeah,
on.
the whole point of deja vu is to like fix our mistakes from the previous.
Yeah.
Hey, Clark, got those reports for
Well,
you. Hot off the press.
We come to House in the med bay,
Mhm.
and he's sitting there looking over Sondon's results.
I could really go for a banana.
And in walks a crewman, and he says, "Oh, doctor, I mishandled
Your arm.
yeah. You can roll a
We should just speed through this so that we can get a difficulty 3.
a science
Yeah.
reason or insight difficulty 4.
We have 2 momentum.
Buying one.
Okay.
Rolling a 4. Okay, 17. I got a 16. And 2 5s,
That's great.
which is my science.
That's really good.
And a 19, so.
Yeah. So the crewman coming in.
Yeah.
Seems like you've seen him before, but yeah, I'm sure you've seen him before. He's come in multiple times. It's not really weird.
He will not let you diverge.
So you can roll a
Oh, no.
control science test to heal his arm if you want.
He wouldn't have said anything to me after I.
You didn't say your arm.
He retconned it. No.
No, you can't just change the past.
I
Will.
can.
You can't just change
We go like
the
this.
No. So control science.
Yep, to heal it. It's a 0.
We need a momentum.
3 successes. That's my science. Not that it matters.
We need the momentum.
Nothing matters. Well,
So he says, "Thanks for that, doctor. I really appreciate it." And he leaves.
you got it.
Okay. Then we'll cut to Sova in astrometrics,
Yep.
and you see the same comment
Yep.
again and again.
Yep. 3 times. That's when Sova's finally like, that's strange.
So let's have you roll a science reason, with
Chris-
assisted by the ship.
Well, because I'm doing diagnostics first.
Yeah.
Okay. Science reason.
Yep. Difficulty 0.
All right. Who wants to roll for the ship? Sensor science.
You want me to
roll
do
for
it?
the ship, Michael? 10.
I can do it.
Oh, that's bad.
Ooh.
I got a 20.
Yeah, you did.
Difficulty 3. Difficulty 3.
So he gave a
Okay.
thumbs up.
So that's a 1.
Got a 5.
2 successes. So you scanned the thing great. Doesn't seem that weird at all.
No, none. No, not the.
No, the comet seems like it just seems like comets are going by.
Okay.
What's going on this time?
So
Okay. So I go back to watching. And
yeah,
do I notice it?
no,
No, I don't notice the comment.
No,
keep going
nothing.
back. Okay.
no, you just go back to looking at the scans with the astrometric.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So since John doesn't roll in the mess hall, we'll
Oh,
skip
yeah.
John coming up to the table with food and not eating it. We can't get any momentum, so we won't.
No.
We'll move right along. So the
not
captain,
going
the
to-
captain also doesn't roll. So you both experience again. He's eating, not eating, and you, captain, dropping the mug and not, So we cut back to our hat on the bridge. You see this multiple fluctuation. We'll assume you do the same things again.
I would do the same thing. I'm just sitting here questioning, should I try for the deja vu?
By all means.
I have a value that can possibly be used in the situation.
Okay.
Life is worthless if you die.
Okay. I'll let you have it.
So I'm going to
So two
buy a
successes.
dice.
So you just need 2 more successes.
Yes. So I have one dice that automatically becomes one,
Yep.
and that leaves me with two dice to try and roll to
Okay,
try
you
and get
do have
out of
five.
this situation.
You do have 5 momentum if you want more dice.
I'm gonna buy another dice.
Thanks.
I got two.
You have 2 successes.
Out of 3 dice, I got 2 successes plus the using of the value, so that gives me 4.
So this seems like when you are scanning this, like you have 100% done this. You've done this before. This has happened. And you immediately kind of remember that you've scanned, you've done all of this, and you've told the captain, and something happens on the ship. Something dangerous happens. You can't quite remember, but something bad happens on the ship.
So I would contact the captain, let her know that something is really wrong and something bad will happen. I don't know what it is, but something bad is going to happen.
So, Captain, he's explaining things to you that, like, he's been here before and something bad is going to happen. You,
Okay.
in order to believe him, have to roll a reason or insight science task difficulty 3.
All right, guys.
So.
They're taking me out of the game.
Oh, I have 3 successes, one being a critical success.
Wow. So 4 successes.
No, I think she.
Woohoo.
So yeah, so he tells you this, and all of a sudden it kind of triggers you that, like, oh yeah, wait a minute. Like, you remember this fluctuation at the tactical council as well, and also you have this kind of impending doom feeling like he has.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of putting that together, and we cut to Clark in the engineering room. Now, Clark, you're at the engineering thing, and you're looking over the machine. And the crewman comes up, he goes, here you go, Lieutenant, here's the readings for engineering today.
Good.
I love this character.
Do we know who this character is?
Yeah, he's my.
We can make him low deck, it's fine.
Yeah, he's my second. Yeah. They say, "Oh, thanks for the reports, Lodak."
Yeah.
And then I look at them,
And they're
Right.
from,
and I say, "These are the current reports."
he says, yeah, these are, I just got them.
Say,
He should be like, yes, Lieutenant, I've just given them because he's a Vulcan. So,
I say, "Can you run them again? Like more current?"
you want them like from the second? I mean, these are maybe a minute old.
Yeah, well, they're not because this is timestamped this afternoon.
This afternoon.
Yeah, that's what the timestamp.
Let me see.
And
And he looks at him. He goes, oh, yeah, you're right. So he walks over to the scanner. He goes, I just did these like a few minutes ago. Like 2 minutes ago.
is the timestamp wrong on the computer? Is there like a malfunction on the computer?
And he says, what's wrong with the computer, Lieutenant? I just had the scans here for you. I just had the recent reports from engineering here if I wanted to hand those to you.
Yeah, I was asking if the time is wrong on the computer because your printout reports are dated from this afternoon.
So let's have you roll. We let that play out again as it does several times as it did before. And we'll have you roll. So it's a difficulty 1, engineering reason, assisted, so a 9. So somebody can roll for a 9 again. Yep. You're back to assessing the scanner again.
It's got one.
Okay, so you got one. So one momentum. So yeah, that pad is off by several hours, and you're right back where you were before. Where you these anomalies are all this temporal anomalies are all over the ship. We'll just say that you let the captain know again, because that's kind of what you did before. So now you, Captain, in our hat, are getting from Clark in the engine room that he's reporting that temporal anomalies are all over the ship. This adds up. This is you guys have been here before. this conversation has happened.
So I come storming onto the bridge.
Yeah.
Has anyone else been able to eat dinner?
He doesn't go to medbay this time.
He just goes up and says locate where the most people are, and then he goes
Yeah.
there.
What is going on with the cook today?
And so when he comes off the turbolift and says that, that's him saying that also is like he's definitely said that to you before.
Knightley's like, we've done this, but somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do you want him to be in on the loop,
Who, John?
John or Kayla or Isaac?
Yeah, I would probably make like a shipwide
We
announcement.
wouldn't let House.
Okay, that's what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
So you make this shipwide announcement. You're gonna roll twice. You're gonna roll, and John's gonna roll. Each of you are gonna roll a reason or insight science difficulty 3. Yeah.
I'm buying a dice.
Yeah, I'll buy one if they're
All right.
buy them if we
Anybody
got
else buying one?
Yeah,
You're buying one?
just one for Clark.
Okay. We're down to 3.
It's probably more important for Clark to have it than House.
So just taking the time to move off.
No.
I got 2 successes.
Yeah. So you hear the captain say that, but
Mhm.
like that's alarming, but that's about it.
I got 3.
3 for Clark.
3 for Clark.
So when
I'm gonna roll 2 for House.
okay,
Delta, so that's 2 for House.
2 for House. Okay. And you, John?
just one delta.
So both you, House and Jahan and Sova, you all hear this. It's alarming, you're concerned, it's upsetting, but that's about all it is. For you, Clark, when you hear it, you're like, wait, like you don't remember this announcement, but the idea that things are repeating and that things are similar, like that crewman coming up and talking to you and giving you that pad over and over again, you've done it before. You've been here. In fact, you're pretty sure that the warp core is imminent.
So I run over to the warp core.
And you see, yes, in fact,
Start
it's
dumping.
just about to start going into critical levels.
So I start try to cool it down.
Okay,
Done the task.
it's engineering, daring, difficulty 1.
I like to buy momentum.
Okay. Go ahead.
3, 5, and 18.
Do any of us remember trying to turn the device off the first time?
Yes.
3 is under my engineering number.
Okay. So 1 success from 2 successes from that.
Mhm.
Then
And
what
then
were
you
you
got
other
5
a 5?
and then 18.
Okay, that's over his time. So you only needed 1, so that's 2 momentum.
Mhm.
Your engineering is a 4.
Yep.
So this is now that, this is now that. All right, so roll it again.
You're buying them.
It's difficulty 0.
Okay. Go ahead.
No. 10 and 13. So
Okay, so Clark effectively stops the warp core from
Did we get one?
breaching. What did he get?
10 and 13.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
1.
so that's 2 momentum.
2 momentum. Okay.
Okay. So the captain, Arhat, and Clark are all aware of where this typically leads. Sova, Jahan, and House are not in the know.
So we're just watching that comment.
Yeah, well, you've probably come to the bridge because
Okay.
you've had the announcement.
Yeah.
Like something is happening, but this is not familiar to you.
Okay.
So Clark is able to put together, because he has this knowledge, that the radiation that's being emitted from the sensor, this is where the chronoton particles are coming from. This is the source of the radiation.
The scanner?
The scanner. But it's going to be a pretty difficult thing to do, and he's going to need hands to help him.
To do what? To try to take it apart? Shut it
To
down?
basically shut down the sensor in a way that's successful.
While it's still
Right now, it's
blasting the
currently
ship.
still scanning. You've just stopped the warp core from
Yeah.
reaching. Yeah.
But it's still flooding the ship with.
Yes. So, who wants to roll a science engineering task, difficulty 2, assisted by either the computers or sensors, engineering science for the ship?
Because what are we trying to do?
You're trying to discover how to effectively deal
So-
with, like, purging the particles.
I would like, can I use my value?
Sure.
There is always a logical answer.
Okay.
So that way I'll get a guaranteed 2,
Okay.
and then I can roll to try to do more.
Okay. So it's engineering reason.
I thought you said science.
Nope, that's for the ship.
Oh, no, I will do this because I got this
Yep,
down.
it's difficulty 2.
So what I'm gonna do is
You already have it.
I already have it,
Yep.
but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a momentum to do the
Okay.
reading.
Okay.
So now I can use my science.
Yep.
And you said, what is the thing?
It's engineering reason is your task.
So I'm using science reason
Okay. Yep.
because I did the reading.
Okay.
When we're stuck in the time loop, apparently I've been reading up on that.
Sure. Yep. Well, you read up about the scanner. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
You just so happen to have been reading about time loop.
So I got I got 2 successes.
Okay. So that's 4 successes. So 2 momentum back.
Yep. So I got 1
And
moment
then
back.
somebody roll for the ship.
Pick sensors
Roll
and
the
science.
5.
So it's a 10. Okay, he rolled a 5.
Okay. So 3 momentum.
So we only could bank 1.
Okay.
So 2 of them, we'd like to
Add.
improve the sensors to really
Okay.
tell what we're doing.
So the chronoton particles are emanating from the experimental sensor, and they're affecting the stability of the matter-antimatter reactions in the warp core chamber. This is what leads to the sudden and unexpected core breach. However, due to the high presence of the chronoton particles, the ship is locked in a time loop. You guys are kind of understanding that this is what is now your characters actually understand this. The 3 of you are able to explain to Jahan and Sova, because House is kind of just staying in the med bay. You're able to explain to those 2, like, this is what's happening. You're in this time loop. So you need to shut down the sensor appropriately, but due to the high concentration of the chronoton particles in the area, it will be difficult to do so. And so when House backs away from the council to talk to you walk away from the scanner to talk to the bridge, when you turn back, Clark, when you look back at the engineering department, you see that many of your engineering staff are now doing repeated things over and over again.
So it's real bad in engineering then, because it's really affecting
Because that's where the scanner is. It's really bad.
Is it like how long is it literally someone taking a pad and then going back?
It seems about every 30 to 45 seconds.
Oh, that's real bad.
People are doing the same actions over and over and over again.
So what is the scanner connected to? Anything?
Just like sensors. It's just generally tied into like ship sensors.
So why is it in engineering?
It was in engineering that was like the easiest place to put it, because there was literally no room in the bridge to place it.
It's pretty big.
It's about the size of like a small card table.
When you have a giant dust mess, you need to clean up some of the dust in order to work better.
Like what's in front of you. I know what you mean.
So if we can clean up some of the tachyon particles, it would make things run better, where they wouldn't be doing a 30-second loop.
Yeah. So you guys can run a science control, sensors science. You can do that. It'll be a difficulty 1.
Okay.
Got a 4.
All right. So we got 3 successes.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to sort of like clear things up a little bit, so that Clark can move easier through engineering. Because what you guys are seeing on sensor scans when you scan engineering to clear it, it is absolutely flooded with like anomalies and phenomenon and stuff. There are pockets of time shifting like in bubbles and in particles all over the room. So in order to get to the machine to shut it off, it's going to take some finessing. So you've made it easier for him. But does anybody want to go down and help him turn it off, or do you just want to put it on Clark?
So what I'm gonna do, because Chew is good on the sensors.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have Chew keep working on it, and I'm gonna go down and help Clark.
Okay.
Now, House does not have like a focus
Okay.
in any of that stuff, but was pretty involved with Lozesh.
Yeah. Okay.
So could it be argued that I would have somewhat of a better grasp on time particles because of Lozesh?
I mean, you could totally assist.
I just don't know what he would do. I just know he would be familiar with it.
Yeah. I mean, if you assist, I would let your science number be like a focus if you assisted.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything going on in Midbay, so
Okay. So you'll go down, you're going down. Is Captain Arhan or Jahan going down there to help?
I mean, Jahan should, yeah.
Okay. So the captain orders Jahan to go down. So House shows up, Sova shows up, Jahan shows up. And all of you see that engineering is basically a muck with temporal anomalies.
a month time.
Yep. And that Clark tells you, and Sova, you would kind of put this together. Really, all of you, I guess, would put this together that if you're not careful and you go into one of these temporal anomalies, you're not sure what's going to happen, but it could mess you up. So what Clark also tells you guys is that if any of those bubbles or these little anomalies hit the warp core, another breach will be imminent.
Yes.
So you have 15 minutes based off of the anomalies in the room circling around to make sure that the warp core doesn't destabilize and breach yet again.
So I would like to pull up my tricorder, and I would like to scan for the anomalies to see if I can detect where they are. And they're perfect. And I would like to use my focus radioactivity.
Okay. So it's an extended task. The main roll is, so everybody has to roll.
Now, is this getting to the machine, or is this?
You're either helping people get to the machine or you are advancing to the machine.
Okay.
So whatever you want to do. So I assume Clark and Jahan are physically going towards the scanner to interact with it, and House and Silver are staying back and kind of using like readouts and like giving them, because they can't see anything.
Yeah.
They can't physically with their eyes see any of these anomalies happening. They just see people doing the same tasks over and over again.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
So the anomalies are something that you can physically like walk into, which
And you would have no idea unless Silver or House
so
tells you.
that's why like we sometimes weren't affected by it, but somebody next to us was. I think.
Correct.
Yeah. Like a bad person.
Yeah.
So you're going to mark down on something, and you too, John, you're going to either on your phone or on something, you're going to mark down 12 little boxes that got to be filled. That's your work track. That's 12 little like squares. Okay, so you guys get to pick. Jahan and Clark get to pick either control, daring, or reason. You can look at those three and see which ones are the best for that. Control, daring, reason.
What about fitness?
Up against science or engineering.
Control and
daring,
engineering.
Okay.
That's not.
That's all not your nines.
Yeah.
And engineering is 4. So you gotta, regardless of what you pick, you're gonna do a 13.
Okay, it's difficulty 3 for both of you.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
both House and Sova can roll science control
Or rolling 1 dice or 2?
one dice
1 dice. Okay.
How many momentum do we have?
to assist
So you have 6.
one of them.
So who,
I'll buy a momentum.
well, first, who is the system you get?
So you can choose House or Sova to assist
I might
you.
will have House do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
Sova's assisting you, Jahan.
Great.
so who's buying dice? We got 6 momentum.
Clark will buy one.
Okay, Clark's buying 1. Is John
Yeah,
buying 1?
might as well.
All right, John's buying 1. And go sign.
It is a difficulty 3, you said?
Yep.
So I got 2 for Clark.
Okay. So roll for House.
Yeah, that's a success.
Okay. So 3's there.
Mhm.
What did you get, John and Sova?
So I got 3 successes. One of them was a 3, which my engineering's a 5. Now I have machine operations as a focus.
So right now you're not actually turning down the machine, you're just walking to the machine.
You have a focus in
Walking
walking?
is a difficulty 3.
Yeah. What did we get for your special effect there, John? What did we make you do? You can re-roll.
I think if I was using a minor action to do something, yeah, I could re-roll, but I don't know
So
what
you
I have
are
available.
okay, yeah. So you are walking, which is a minor action. So I will
Nailed it.
allow you to re-roll for your antenna.
Okay, yeah, I don't need to.
Well, you could have one die, I should say, not the whole full thing. Just one die can be re-rolled. Okay, so you don't need to.
3 successes.
3 6 so 4.
I can roll a 1.
You roll. So you roll the 1.
I got a critical.
A critical.
I am me.
He's really good at it. Yeah.
But I like how I started the episode or the swoop doing absolutely
Yeah, they
nothing.
just pulled right in. Okay,
Clark blew
so
the chip up once.
on your track, you fill in the box, your engineering number -3.
Okay,
Do we
so
get the 2
That's
momentum
a
back?
5 minus 3, so I'm filling in 2 boxes.
2 boxes.
Great.
Because we got 5 successes. So are we banking any momentum? Or?
You would get 2 momentum. You
Okay.
can do whatever you want with
Yeah.
it.
Well,
So you guys can work out if you want to put more on his track.
oh, that's true. Because he has 12 and he
Correct.
just went 3.
Our tracks are separate because we're both navigating
Yes.
through time clouds to get there.
John, do you want to bank the 2 momentum or do you want to take another step forward?
Might as well take a step.
All right. So we won't bank. They'll take another step.
So you'll put another mark on your thing. You'll put another mark on
So
your
that's
on your
3.
So it's your engineering number minus, yeah.
-3. So same for you. Is that what you used? Was engineering? Yeah. So you guys had.
I've made it 1 foot.
So did you guys met it, I think, right? I think you guys, when you rolled it, you just met difficulty 3.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just did it barely.
Okay, so that was 3 minutes.
I don't know if we're gonna make it.
You have 12 more minutes. Roll again.
Okay.
What would happen if I just shot it with a phaser? What would happen then?
We would all die.
I want
This
to
time.
buy another one.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll buy one thing.
All right. We're down to 2 momentum left.
2 successes for House. No, 2 successes for Clark, right?
So House needs to save you.
So you kind of just have to hold up because House tells you, don't
Yeah.
move that forward. All right, so now he's giving the sign of 3. Oh, okay.
Don't look at
3,
that.
and then what did you get?
I got a 7. I got 1.
Okay, so 4, so an extra momentum.
Yep. So we'll bank that because we need 2 to do anything. Right?
And yep, and then put another 2 on the thing.
Yep.
Do on your track there, John.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna do it. Take another step there, John.
It's an awful heavy assist there, Sova.
Sova says, do it, go, right?
Yeah. We got one dice, so
So
John,
the guy person? So, all right.
All right, tell
John can buy an extra dice for the next
tell
roll.
Clark to stop using momentum because he's not gonna make it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing anything.
So another
I'm
3
gonna
minutes
shoot
goes
it.
by.
Yep.
So I
Yeah.
pull out my phaser.
You have 9 minutes. You have 9 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good.
What can I do to help John get there?
You can stop and you can do you can do engineering presence to John, and John will continue to move forward.
Can
Nice.
House help
Look at
with
me.
the
Walk forward.
analysis system?
House can assist him.
All right.
Sometimes you gotta know when to help your fellow shipmate.
Okay.
Yes.
So now it's only resistance 2.
Okay.
I
So
can buy
everything is
another.
engineering control.
You're using 3 dice, John.
Yeah, I like getting those good numbers.
Another 3.
2
For Clark. To Clark.
1.
Well, if you just
Two.
this stage, you'd only roll 1 dice, right?
Oh yes. Yeah. 1 dice for Clark.
So
So either way.
Oh.
Success.
I got a success, so we're up to 3.
3 successes. So that's 6.
Mhm.
So that's 3 momentum. And now you're going to -2 to your engineering number and put that on the track.
And then he's gonna use 2 to buy
That's
the
3.
additional.
Well, so let's
Oh, wait. Let's see how far he gets.
All right. We got 3 more to check off.
3 more to check off.
We're gonna buy it.
He's buying 1, so you're going to put another 1 down.
Okay. That's 2.
That was another 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You have 6 minutes,
Well, we
And he's
got
got
this
2
now.
left.
and he's got 2 left, and it's now a difficulty 2.
Okay.
Do we
We
have the
might use-
momentum for me to... Hello? Can
What's
I
up?
roll? Am I rolling 3?
You got 3?
No, he wants to roll 3
Yeah.
dice.
No, we have no. Or yes, we had 1.
If you have 1, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's right. Because I saved 1 for him.
I'm gonna re-roll one of those if that's fine,
Yeah, it's fine.
because that was a 20. Excellent. 3 successes.
So he got 3 successes plus 2. So can we use 1 or 2 momentum to get rid of my 20?
Yeah, you can. Yep.
Okay. Do we get any back?
3 extra momentum altogether.
So we get 1 because I'm guessing you're charging 2.
And I'll charge 2.
Okay. So we got 1 extra momentum.
Okay, so you make it to the sensor.
Nice.
Now, because you're there by yourself, it is a daring or reason science task. Difficulty 5.
Do you have a value you can use?
I mean, I have something to prove.
Saving his crew, I can see.
Okay. You have 1 momentum. You want to buy a dice?
Sure.
Okay. Is there
And
any?
I'll let him do engineering presence from afar.
Okay.
You can assist.
Because I'm holding the phaser.
I
No,
also
there's
have
nothing.
machine operations as a focus.
You got it.
Nope, nothing from Clark. He's
Oh.
done.
He's spent.
So because of the experimental nature of the device and lack of documentation, that's what's making this so hard to disable.
Okay.
We built it. We built it.
But you haven't, this part, you didn't anticipate.
We should know how it functions. I don't trust anytime Starfleet's like, hey, got this new equipment. Should definitely put it in the ship. It never goes well. It never goes good.
So I got 2 successes.
You know, Adrian?
Mhm.
That's only 4 successes.
Good
Is that what
work.
you got, John?
Can you
I got
reroll?
Did you
2
reroll?
successes.
No.
What?
Is he allowed to
He's
reroll?
allowed to re-roll 1 die.
You want to reroll 1 of your dice?
Oh, yes. I'd love to do that. 3 successes.
There we go. There's the five.
Perfect. I love it. Okay. So you see the temporal anomalies cease, but there's still a high concentration of particles in the warp core and matter-antimatter reaction chamber.
Okay.
It's so your only solution here is to stabilize it or destroy it.
Stabilize the machine.
The core.
The core, or destroy the
Or
core.
destroy the core. Those are your only options.
Is there one of them that's easier to do?
Stabilizing is an extended task. Destroying the warp core is just a straight up task.
Should we ask the captain? Do we have time to ask the captain?
You do have time to ask.
All right,
That was his role. You have 3 minutes.
3 minutes to decide.
Yep.
How long is the extended task take?
Each interval will be 1 minute.
And how many, do we get to know how many slots it takes?
7.
That would be tight. That would be very tight. So I hit the intercom and I say, Captain, we have ceased the anomalies, but there is an issue with the warp core.
Okay.
It is still full of chronoton particles. And so the only solution is try to purge it, which will take a significant amount of time. But there is a good chance the warp core will breach and destroy the ship before we can purge. Or we can destroy the ship, stranding ourselves. But that would be a very quick solution.
And I am making this obvious so that you know this now. So Silva tells you, Captain, he doesn't feel like you're in a time limit.
Hmm. I see. I feel like we need to stabilize it.
Okay.
I feel like if it gets to a point where it's obvious that like it's going to blow up
Let's
before
take a
we
look.
can
Can we
stabilize
start?
it, then we should.
Can we start the extended task and then destroy it if we don't make it?
You will have one attempt before it
Okay.
erupts. I will not
Oh,
obviously
sure.
just blow up the ship. John was able to, with that difficulty 5, able to basically pull you out of the time loop.
Could we switch
Yay,
it back
welcome.
on?
Switch it
I
back?
could finally eat dinner.
You could, but you don't know what that would really do.
So what is the decision, Captain?
Stabilize?
the warp.
Okay, so who wants to do, it's daring or control engineering. That's the main,
I will be the assistant because I don't have good engineering.
I
okay?
have a 16
We
in
have no
control and
momentum.
engineering.
Yeah, I can't mess up.
Okay, so you can assist with engineering presence.
Which are my good ones.
Can I use my value? Think before you act.
You can direct them.
I do have a focus in
And so I will allow you to have 2 successes with your value.
if you don't have
As
value.
a direct task, that's a fine, I can do that. That's not an inappropriate thing to direct them.
Yeah, because you
You're
have
giving them a direct
I
order.
have a talent in advisory. Advisor.
So who are you assisting? Who's John? Probably John, because he's doing the main role.
Sure.
So he can re-roll 1d20 from your advisor roll. So you got 2 successes from the captain already.
Oh,
You just
well,
need one success.
absolutely.
We have no momentum.
And also Clark is assisting you. So
Nope.
I've done
Wow,
one
Clark really is
success.
done, isn't he?
1 success,
Yeah, he's done.
3 successes, no extra momentum. So that is 1 minute. And you need 5 more things on it.
I don't know.
So you have 2 more attempts. So you have a success from the captain, 1 from Clark. You need 1 more. You're rolling engineering, whatever you were rolling before. You need 1 success.
Right. Can I re-roll something?
Yes, you can re-roll.
Advisor.
Yeah, she's advising you.
All right.
Do it faster. Do it better. Do it.
Excellent. 2 successes.
So we got 4.
Okay, so 1 momentum back.
Okay. That's our first momentum.
1, 2, 3. So that is. So it is now. You have 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. One more chance.
So I'll say you can either stabilize or destroy.
What are we aiming for here?
How many more points do we need?
You need 2 more.
And
2 more to stabilize.
then, so we started with 7. In 2 rolls, we got down to 2 left.
Yeah, that's pretty promising.
So it is physically possible
It's
to.
now a resistance of 1,
Yep.
and it's a difficulty 2.
I feel like
Easy.
I guess let's all vote. Like those of us in the room.
Yeah.
Like in the
Oh,
engineering.
okay. Oh, all right.
No, in the engineering.
Too late, Clark's already helping.
So apparently we're doing this.
Good. Buy me another die.
All right. We're using our only momentum. So John can,
Advisor.
so roll your 1 dice.
Success.
Success.
2
All right, John.
successes. You just need to succeed to get their bonuses.
3 successes.
5
3,
successes.
5 successes,
one
so
wilderness
3
right.
momentum.
Okay.
So you fill out the track.
Very nice.
Because he has a 5, it was a minus of 2.
Nice.
So as that happens, you have done it. You stabilize the warp core by flushing out all of the chronoton particles from the reactor chamber with seconds to spare.
Yep.
Literally like the Galaxy Quest moment where they stop it with 1 second left on the clock.
Nice.
Current.
But he completed the task and you didn't experience the explosive alternative.
Mhm.
So lose momentum, new scene.
Okay.
So you have prevented the destruction of the ship, and broken out of the time loop,
Mhm.
but parts of
None
the
of
ship
them.
have been hit by these temporal things and are needing a lot of repair. So the ship is not disabled. You are able to move and do things, but it's going to need some serious overturning.
It might be a good idea, Captain, to return to Starbase 2 for repairs.
Is it-
All the clocks are off.
How far
Yeah.
there?
You're about a little over a week away from Starbase 2.
That's that. Anything we can just fix ourselves.
Oh yeah, you totally could spend time.
At least
taking
you're
a
able to eat again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back up on the bridge, Silva has returned to his station. There's a lot of weird power fluctuation in the ship. Parts of the ship have experienced huge rotations of time, right? But there's this weird light blinking on the console. Now that light has come up a couple times. 2 times in your extended mission. Once when Arhat purged the computer core. He restarted the entire. You and Clark. You restarted the ship. You purged the entire thing to put in security systems. It happened then, and it happened the very first time you got onto the Drake. That button is a button indicating that the ship's chronometer is not in sync with
regular space.
regular.
Oh, we have to find out how much time we lost.
Oh no.
So you poke it. That's all it is. You're just kind of doing like an update app kind of thing, right?
Yeah, like everyone you know. would love
Everyone
to
you know is dead. The monkey race from the first episode.
And
taking
what
over
you
the planet.
see, I'll do it, Andrew. It'll make you happy. Give me your whiteboard.
Oh my
That'll
god.
make you really happy.
Yeah. We're excited.
Yeah, that's what you see when you plug in the.
Okay. Are you serious?
Oh god.
Oh, Will's very pleased with himself.
Yeah, he's such a
Very pleased with
he's such
that.
He's got
a
his,
mug.
he's got his real tickle
Hold
kind of face.
on, I gotta officially write down the date.
I've become Roddenberry now.
I'm the
All right, are you ready for this?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, it is June 28th, 2174. We lost 34.8 days.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I was picturing
I know. I was like, oh my god, years.
No, no.
Wow, so over a month.
Over
A
a month.
little over a month.
But think about it, because we repeated 12 hours, right?
Yeah, basically.
Or a little bit less.
We did
Yeah.
the same day
So-
like 4 times, yeah.
But no, we did, because if we're losing 12 hours at a time, and we repeated the day so many times for 34 days,
Wow.
That means we lost like 60, we did it 60 or 70 times.
Really? Oh
Mhm.
my God.
Just about.
So I reset it and I go, Captain, the current date is June 28th, meaning that we have been stuck in a time loop for 34.8 days.
Oh, no, go.
That's
My
okay.
my coffee's gotta be cold by now.
Wow, that's quite a long time.
And so what happens is as you're doing this, the ship starts to get like flooded with information. You're back on the network. And you start getting tons and tons of information. I mean, you're getting freighters and you're getting multiple ships like reaching out and hailing you and looking for you, and there's nothing. There's hails from Starbase 2.
The Romulans are
There's
now-
hails from Grand, Marks, and Urbar. They've had like multiple people try to find the Drake, and they can't find, no success. Right as he tells you the information, our hat sees it as tactical thing. A ship is on sensors. So no rolls. What you see, Mike, on the thing, it's a ship you've seen before. It's a ship you didn't want to see at all in the status of where your ship is at currently with power and everything.
Nice to Romulan.
What the ship is, it's the Tebron.
USS bro.
It's Captain Naboa's
No,
ship,
no, I hate this man.
and
No.
he is hailing the Drake.
No.
He comes on the screen, Captain Naboa comes on the screen, and he says, Captain, I have been looking for you. We are going to settle the Battle of Kate. Right here, right now. Federation may have Kate in their grasps. That doesn't mean a man like me to take out the people who started the whole thing. I just wanted to look you in the face before I destroyed you.
Yep.
I think the best way to handle a man like him is to just ignore him.
Okay. He wants to destroy us.
So what are you gonna do? Just ignore him and turn off comms?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, he's
Nothing
not,
I'm going to say to him is going to make him change his mind.
Okay.
And I'm not going to play his little game.
Okay.
So yeah, I just kind of look at him and just kind of smile and smirk at him, wink, and turn the comms off. Red alert.
So you don't really have much of anything you can do.
Our weapons won't work.
They're currently being like rebooted. They're not online. You will eventually you'll get them online, but there's nothing you can do right this second.
I want to send out a message to Starbase 2,
Okay.
telling them like what just happened and we need their help.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm sure that'll take 8 months to get there. So
It'll take a little bit of time, but not a lot.
okay, so do that and then send out a generalized distress signal for anyone nearby to hear.
Perfect. So you send out that broadcast, and next thing you know, the ship starts to get rocked. He's open.
Do we have any power for shields?
You have some. You can have polarized the hull.
Let's divert power
Power.
to shields.
Okay. So he hits the ship, and you guys are getting hit pretty good from it. He's circling around and shooting. And our hat, you're getting on the council that like soon you'll get weapons, but if he hits any critical systems, you might not ever get weapons in time to do anything in return. It's kind of seeming pretty hopeless, to be honest.
Is there anything in the area that we can kind of shield ourselves with?
Other than the planet, which is basically like a Mars-like planet, there's not really anything within impulse distance that you can get fast to.
Can I do a feedback?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you do
I don't have the
that.
power to do that, but not.
Well, because we're not firing, we're sending
And
energy.
it's like tying into the the polarizing of the hull and like making it
How is that allowed in this timeline?
needs a special. Spend 2 momentum. I'll let you do it. Spend 2 momentum. Yeah,
Oh.
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, spend 2 momentum. Thanks, Go. And you can roll to do it. So science control.
Science control.
Difficulty 2.
But
That'd be cool.
Cool.
Succeeded.
So Sova is definitely able to
Yeah.
keep some of these phaser shots
Okay.
from really crippling the ship, but it's still not.
I'm
Still
just-
not
are
great
we-
because he can still shoot his missiles and do stuff. He can hit you with other things that the polarizing of the hull can't handle. And just about when it gets grim, our hat sees on his tactical console another vessel.
Yay.
And that vessel comes in.
Another
What?
one of our enemies.
Let's have our hit roll security insight assisted by sensor security. Difficulty 1.
Does John want to roll for that?
John wants to roll for that.
You're going for a 9, John.
I got a
Love-
17 and a 1.
Ooh, nice.
I need a 13.
Oh,
Oh, just the 2. Okay. And what? John
Yeah.
got one, he said?
I rolled a 7.
3.
Okay. 2 momentum. So what you see at the tactical station there, it's you got it to clear up really good because the readings were kind of bad, but you got to go up. It is 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, a Klingon vessel.
Oh. Is it your friend?
Yeah.
Oh God,
You're
I wish we'd blown ourselves up.
You guys watch helplessly as this other Klingon ship approaches. It does not look familiar to the one that you guys saw when you
Yeah.
first arrived at
The one that
Cape.
was looking for me.
And just as the Klingon ship approaches,
No, man.
the Talarian ship, the Bronze, stops firing.
Oh.
And there's a pause,
Mm-hmm.
and the Klingon ship opens fires
Mm-hmm.
on the Talarian vessel.
Excellent.
And you watch on sensors and on the screen the 2 ships fight, but it's really no match for the Klingon vessel.
Yeah.
And the Klingon vessel destroys the Talarian ship.
Dang. Bye bye, Captain Naboa.
You watch as parts of the Tabran explode and rip apart. And a few seconds pass, and then the Drake is
Mhm.
hailed.
On screen.
And so what you see on the screen is a Klingon,
Mm-hmm.
long hair, long
Okay.
black hair. He has several scars on his face.
Okay.
He has kind of pointier teeth. He has the typical little like Fu Manchu beard thing. He's a little darker skinned.
Does he have the ridges?
He has full cranial ridges. He's in what you as Starfleet understand to be like full Klingon uniform. And he comes onto the screen and he looks. And he just looks at you
No.
and he smiles.
Ugh.
This big,
No.
just unsettling smile.
God.
And he says, Paquis, I have finally found you.
What the heck does that mean?
What does that mean, Paquis? You could type it in. Do you want to type it in?
Yeah.
That's a Jahan thing. That's
Oh.
that's like his specialty. He's the
Okay.
translator.
Do I leave it to him?
Yeah, you can roll a engineering insight. That's what you can roll, John. Difficulty 1.
I would say, and who are you?
I am Gowry, House of Dokai, captain of the IKS Qel'thoq.
I did it.
So what that word Paquis translates to precious.
Oh.
I'm looking for you, Paquis.
I've heard.
I have much to tell you. Will you come to my ship or will I come to yours?
You're welcome to come aboard my ship.
Thank you, Captain. I look forward to talking. And he closes comments. And that is where we end the season.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. Oh, God.
Ooh, is the preview for next time? Nightly.
Oh, oh, you're toast, yo.
Wow, that's cool.
House of Nightly.
So that's what season 2 was called, being on Capta, House of Nightly. Stay tuned when we start season 2 in a couple weeks.
House of Nightly.
Thanks, everybody.